live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is Tuesday. It is January 16th. I think we're going to throw another log on the fire here.
Yeah, that's appropriate for right now. I hope you guys are staying warm. Very, very cold outside and a very cold start to your day, and especially if you're going to school or work this morning.
I don't know how it is at you guys' house this morning. My first floor was like Green Bay, Wisconsin. Yeah. Second floor, like Miami, Florida in August. It was just unbelievably hot on my second floor this morning.
Well, of course, because heat rises. So, yeah, and one thing to keep in mind, dress in layers because it's going to be staying cold all day long. You need a scarf this morning as well because we've got that wind out there. And so 20 degrees, which is just cold enough. By the way, yesterday stayed at 29. That set a new record for the lowest high temperature here in town ever. So today it's going to be actually getting above freezing. Anyway, back to the case right now. Wind chill feels like 7, and it's even colder in portions of the hill country. We'll barely crack freezing today, but just get above it because of the sunshine later on today. But it's not going to be any heat wave by any stretch. The aquifer yesterday dropped down 0.6 of a foot, and the allergens, everything was very, very low yesterday, which was good news. Now, the best news is this morning we don't have any precipitation to deal with at all. All of the moisture is completely moved on out of here. Roads have dried out. Temperature right now, 15 Kerrville, Comfort, 12 at Los Maples, 17 in Helotes. Wind chill temperatures right now feels like 0 in Kerrville, feels like -1 at Los Maples, 3 Bernie, and 7 out there at the airport. Wind is out of the north at 10, 15 miles per hour, and then we have some of those gusts on top of that. 21 at the airport, 20 at Los Maples, 24 at Randolph. It is going to be windier the first portion of the day, then wind is going to be settling down somewhat later on today. Also, something else you may notice, the air has really dried out compared to yesterday. Dew point temperatures. I mean, we rarely see these numbers down in single digits, even 0 at Port SA, 0 at Los Maples. So you can just feel how dry the air is on your skin. Wind chill advisories remain in effect through tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Also, hard freeze warnings remain in effect up until tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So we are in store for another brutally cold day. Once again, allergens are definitely on the low side. CPS Energy Conservation, yellow today again. If you want more information on that, scan that QR code right there. If you can maybe put off, say, doing laundry, something like that, until later on, not in the middle of the day. Brutal wind chills and then sunny, slightly above freezing later on today. A frigid start tomorrow. Won't have quite as much wind to deal with, but still very, very cold. We'll make it up into the 40s. Then Thursday, we do stay above freezing just in time for the next front to move through here. It's not going to be as cold as this one, nor will there be any moisture associated with this front that comes through Thursday night into Friday. Then we'll get warmer. Then we have some rain chances. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority getting ready to hit the roads, back to work, back to school. RJ Marquez, what's going on?
All right, Mike. Yeah, you're talking about that cold. It just kind of stings when you step outside. So make sure to definitely bundle up before you head out. Maybe warm up your car if that's what you need to do, kind of get things going for you. Again, a lot of people are going to be hitting the roads again today as we start their work week and start the school week. And we do have an incident here a little bit northwest of downtown, I-10. This is not on the main lanes of I-10, but you do see a lot of police activity here. This is going to be the frontage road there at I-10 at Woodlawn, and it's being reported right now as a crash there, right there at the intersection of Fredericksburg Road and Woodlawn Avenue, or Woodlawn Road Avenue, excuse me. So something that we'll continue to monitor as we make our way through the morning. So a little bit northwest of downtown if you have to head out right now. So the rest of the city, things are looking pretty good. Remember, we saw a lot of that activity there with some icy conditions on the southeast side. Fortunately, we're not seeing any of that, but in kind of getting ready for today, I spoke to TxDOT yesterday about just kind of some preps for today. Obviously, they want to make sure that you don't turn on any sprinklers because it is still brutally cold outside. You don't want to get any water on any surface roads. And of course, just be careful with those pipes. I mean, if there was any water pipe bursts or anything of that nature, just keep that in mind. Again, traffic for the most part looking pretty good out there. Just some things, again, that TxDOT wants to remind people, especially if you are also traveling out of our area, headed out to the Houston area. They're still seeing a little bit of icy conditions out there. So everything else looking pretty good in our area. We'll continue to follow that crash there northwest of downtown. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. Many students will be out in the cold waiting for the school bus this morning. However, we've been watching notifications from several school districts in our area about delays and closures. You can find that list by scanning this QR code or going to KSAT.com. So far, Blanco ISD, Goliad ISD, and Three Rivers ISD will be closed today, along with Texas State. And we just got an email a few minutes ago from here in San Antonio. Edgewood ISD's Stafford Visual and Performing Arts Elementary School will be closed today due to broken water pipes. Also want to let you know that several schools are on a 2-hour delayed start, including Comfort, Cotulla, Karn City, and Harper. ISDs will continue to keep track of any closures or delays that come in the rest of the morning.
This morning, ERCOT is once again asking people to conserve electricity. The state's power regulator says they are expecting tight grid conditions. So due to those freezing temperatures today, they're asking people to conserve electricity between the hours of 6 a.m. and 9 this morning. ERCOT is also expecting similar grid conditions tomorrow. This Thursday, the U.S. Department of Justice is expected to release its critical incident report on the shooting at Robb Elementary. That's according to Uvalde CISD Superintendent Ashley Clolis. Now, she told the district school board at last night's regular meeting that she was notified earlier yesterday. The report will come more than 18 months after the shooting on May 24th. 2022. Days following the shooting, the Justice Department said it would review the law enforcement response. Now, at the time, the DOJ said its goal was to, quote, provide an independent account of law enforcement actions and responses that day and to identify lessons learned and best practices to help first responders prepare for and respond to active shooter events, end quote.
In a strong start for the Republican presidential nomination, former President Trump wins big in Iowa.
His projected victory coming just 30 minutes after caucuses began, and has the latest this morning from the ground in Des Moines, Iowa.
In Iowa, a resounding win for Donald Trump, who smashed a record for his wide margin of victory. The former president with a projected win after just 30 minutes, receiving more than 51% of the vote, tightening his grip on the 2024 Republican presidential nomination.
What a turnout, what a crowd. And I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together.
Governor Ron DeSantis finishing in a distant second with about 21% of the vote after rallying in all 99 counties. DeSantis sounding triumphant for edging Haley in the GOP contest for second.
Because of your support, in spite of all of that they threw at us, everyone against us, we've got our ticket punched out of Iowa.
Behind DeSantis by just 2%, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who called her third-place finish a testament to the momentum she's been gaining.
I can safely say tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a two-person race.
And despite the bitter sub-zero temperatures, entrance polls show who turned out to support Trump in the state. One question asking, do you think that Joe Biden legitimately won the presidency in 2020? 66% saying no.
Quite overwhelmingly, 2/3 believing something that is flatly untrue. This is Trump's party. They believe what he says.
Entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy announced he's dropping out of the race and backing Trump. President Joe Biden fundraising off of Trump's victory in Iowa, saying this election was always going to be you and me versus extreme MAGA Republicans.
Candidates now have their sights set on New Hampshire's primary just 1 week away. A recent poll shows Nikki Haley within striking distance of Trump there. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
The San Antonio Spurs opening up a 5-game road stretch in Atlanta yesterday. Story of the first half with the Hawks' star Trae Young. Young makes it rain, triples inside the State Farm Arena. Atlanta up 27 when Young pulls up from the logo and sinks it. Second half, Victor Wembanyama stole the spotlight off the transition. Wemby gets for the alley-oop slam. San Antonio tries mounting a comeback. It's Wemby again. Driving to the basket, he finishes with the one-handed jam. Spurs managed to get within 6 points of the Hawks, but that early hole was too much to climb out of. How many times have we heard that this season, right? Spurs lose 109-99. Spurs next go up against the Celtics tomorrow at 6:30 p.m.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Mountains and mountains of snow at Highmark Stadium in Buffalo. The Bills hosted the Steelers yesterday in the AFC wildcard playoff. Bills strike first. Josh Allen to Dawson Knox in the end zone for a 9-yard touchdown and early lead. The fans are jacked up, tossing snow. Second quarter, Allen does what he does best, escaping the pockets, too strong to tackle, and he goes the distance, 52 yards to pay dirt. Look at those missed tackles. That's the second longest rushing score in postseason by a quarterback in NFL history. Bills win at 31-17. Buffalo will host the Chiefs next weekend in the divisional rounds. A great rematch. And with that, the Houston Texans will play the top-seeded Baltimore Ravens on Saturday. On the NFC side, Tampa Bay dominated Philadelphia last night here on KSAT 12, so the Bucs will play the Lions, and the Packers will face the one-seeded San Francisco 49ers. Some great games yesterday. Nothing else to do.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people staying in yesterday and watching those games, and I know Mike is especially happy right now. Time now, 5:10 and 19 degrees for now.
Up next, why Apple is dropping some features from its Apple Watch Series 9 and Apple Watch Ultra 2.
Also next, a first look at new video that shows a skier in Tahoe being swept away by an avalanche.
Extreme cold this morning. Please take necessary precautions. Hope you're staying warm. Don't forget to check on your neighbors and be careful as you head off to work or school this morning. The good news, it appears for the most part, the roads are dry.
And welcome back. It's 5:14. New video from the avalanche at Palisades Tahoe Ski Resort shows skiers being swept away as authorities issue urgent warnings. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, urgent avalanche warning. This video taken in Palisade, Tahoe, capturing a skier being swept away as people on a ski lift warn others.
These are the types of avalanches that catch, carry, and kill people.
Avalanche forecasters sounding the alarm. Conditions ripe for dangerous snow slides across the West. Overnight, GMA speaking to the director of the National Avalanche Center.
We're coming out of that dry period into a pretty active, stormy and cold, wetter period. And when you do that, you end up with a layering where you have very weak snow below stronger, deeper snow.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on these hair-triggering avalanches and what skiers and snowboarders need to know to stay safe. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Quarter past the hour, 19 degrees, Steph.
Very cold out there. Let's see if anyone's brave enough to get out there. It looks like a few people there at 1604 Meadow Creek. This shot pretty quiet as well. The roads have been okay so far, but then again, not a lot of people traveling right now. Loop 410 and Blanco Road looking okay as well. We're going to get the very latest from RJ coming up.
Y'all, Wayfair is the talk of the neighborhood. Come on. We wanted a recliner.
But it had to be chic.
So, we Wayfaired it. Wayfair for the win. Hey, neighbor, looking fancy. Fancy? Nah.
We Wayfaired it and saved a ton.
Wayfair does it again. It's beautiful. I didn't know you Wayfaired.
Oh, girl, we Wayfair. Tile, faucet, the works.
Guess the Wayfair word is out. Wayfair, you've got just what I need.
Bye-bye cough.
Later chest congestion. Hello, 12 hours of relief.
12 hours? Mucinex DM gives you 12 hours of relief from chest congestion in any cough, day or night. Mucinex DM. It's comeback season. Now try Mucinex InstaSoothe sore throat medicated drops.
.519, 19 degrees. Apple is dropping the blood oxygen feature from newer Apple Watch models. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has details in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple ditches a troubling sensor. Multiple reports say the blood oxygen feature on Series 9 and Watch Ultra 2 devices is being removed. Both were banned in the U.S. last year due to a patent dispute. The move will allow the watches to be sold domestically. Next, Microsoft's new Copilot Pro provides access to artificial intelligence-powered features inside Office apps, including Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. The program also offers priority access to Microsoft's latest OpenAI models and other features, all for $20 $10 per month. And finally, Uber is reportedly shutting down Drizzly, the alcohol delivery service the company bought for more than $1 billion in 2021 to offset plummeting rideshare losses during COVID. Uber says it's closing Drizzly to focus on its core Uber Eats strategy. I know this didn't work out, but hey, it was worth a shot. Those are your Tech Bites.
Not bad.
That works.
I'll give him that one.
Yeah, sure. Uh-oh.
We'll take it.
Yeah. I was looking at flashing lights there.
Well, it looks like part of the wiper blade is waving in front of the camera lens.
These cameras, you know, it's interesting to always kind of go through these cameras because you obviously see different things here with these conditions. One camera still looks like it was frozen over, a little bit of what we saw from yesterday. Yeah. So taking a look right now outside TransGuide traffic cameras, and this just popped up right now. This is a crash. Let's see if we go back to that TransGuide shot here. We go this way. There we go. So this was a crash that was reported on near the airport. So 281 at Loop 410, you're seeing those flashing lights, and that's going to be underneath 281. So 281 north at 410, we're going to have a crash being reported there right now. We have emergency officials on the scene there. So we'll try and get a little bit more information for you here in just a bit. And you see that this actually just popped up on our maps right now. That's the icon that I put on myself. And now we have our maps that are indicating the same thing. It looks like we have cleared out this one crash here on the near northwest side. So if you're headed out of the downtown area up I-10, this was on the frontage road at Fredericksburg Road and Woodlawn Avenue. So it looks like we have cleared that out. Let me just check that TransGuide shot. Yeah, it looks like we are good to go there. So that is some good news out there. One big thing, guys, we keep on talking about, obviously there's no more ice in any of our major highways or any sort of precipitation out there. But if you are headed down 181 towards Floresville, Goliad, I think that was one of the school districts that still is having some delays or potential closure. Just keep in mind that there is still a little bit of activity out there. I've been checking TxDOT's Drive Texas website page, and it shows that just a little bit of some conditions out there in that part of the state. So again, a lot of people are going to be heading down 181 maybe to start their work week, or maybe even head out to school in that direction, maybe if you want to traveling for work or whatever reason. So just kind of keep that in mind. But otherwise, things looking pretty good across the city. Mike, how are things looking outside this morning?
Well, cold, but at least, like you emphasized, very, very dry. So we don't have any precipitation to deal with. Yesterday, a little bit, it was light enough to really, make things kind of beautiful out there. That glaze of ice on some of the trees, but not enough to really do a lot of damage to some of those trees, because of course that ice, when it builds up on there, is just, weighs a ton, of course. All right, out there by the airport, looking out, you can see, well, first of all, this camera is not frozen over like it was yesterday. We kept watching this one. It had that glaze of ice on it. Also, sunrise is going to be just spectacular this morning. Big story, though, the wind chill. This is what it feels like when you step outside. I know we have temperatures in the upper teens and low 20s around here, but with that wind, it just pulls the heat away from your body. When your body tries to heat itself, and it just takes that heat away. So it feels like 1 at Bernie Stage, 0 lost Maples, 7 out there at the airport. And the forecast is for these wind chills to, as if temperatures drop just a little bit, it doesn't take much with the windy conditions out there to put these wind chills even a little bit lower over the course of the next couple of hours. Then we'll finally, it's going to be cold all day long, basically, but we will finally, dare I say, warm up a little bit. Wind chills are still going to be a factor all day long, just not as cutting. Also, with this wind, yesterday, believe it or not, we had relatively high humidity out there. Dew points were very close to the actual air temperatures. Now, drier air is coming, so dew points have dropped down. Look at that, 14, 20, 22 degrees compared to this time yesterday. You can just feel how dry the air is on your skin. And we are going to continue with the very dry air all day long today, and then also tonight. So with clear skies, not as much wind tonight, that's going to allow for good radiational cooling again tomorrow. And then we'll finally start to get a little bit more moisture coming back into the picture. But of course, with the very cold temperatures again tomorrow, we are going to have another hard freeze around here. So temperatures, we will be in the teens this morning. Those wind chills, single digits, even negative numbers. By 1 o'clock, we will hit freezing and then get barely above freezing later on today. Still have a little bit of a breeze, although it's not going to be as windy later on this afternoon as what it is this morning. 19 tomorrow, up to 45. Then Thursday, we stay above freezing, just barely here in town, just in time for the next front. The next front will not have any rain associated with it at all. Yes, we will hit freezing, not as cold as we are right now in behind this latest front. Then we are going to warm up by the end of the weekend and have a better chance of rain to start off next week. A lot more after this.
Last night's Primetime Emmy Awards were, of course, last year's Emmys. The show was pushed back from September 2023 due to the writers and actors strikes.
So here's a look at the big winners and memorable moments at the 75th Emmy Awards.
You know who I want to thank? I want to thank me for believing in me and doing what they said I could not do.
After a 4-month delay, Emmy winners were ready to celebrate. From the effusive Niecy Nash Betts to Paul Walter Hauser, who read an acceptance rap while chewing gum.
Thank you to the voters in the TV Academy. Thank you, Mom and Dad. You nurtured what I had in me. Dennis Lehane, Taron Egerton, their talent can move boulders. If I look tall, it's because I'm standing on both of their shoulders.
Last Week Tonight with John Oliver had won Variety Talk Series 7 years running. This year, the Emmys moved the show to Scripted Variety Series, and it won that and its 8th straight writing award. The Bear did Beef won better with 6 Emmys on the night, including Outstanding Comedy Series and acting awards for Jeremy Allen White, Eben Moss-Backrack, and Iowa Debery, who, like many winners, thanked her family.
Probably not like a dream to emigrate to this country and have your child be like, I want to do improv, but you're real ones.
And the Emmy goes to Succession.
Not to be outdone, Succession also won 6 Emmys. Acting honors for Kieran Culkin, Sarah Snook, and Matthew McFadden, writing and directing Emmys, and Outstanding Drama Series for the show's final season.
Listen, we are so honored. We've loved making this show. Thank you very much indeed.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
529, 19 degrees.
And while many of us are able to keep warm inside our homes right now, some are still having to tough out the cold weather outside. Why getting help to those who are experiencing homelessness isn't always that easy.
January is National Blood Donor Month, so there's a new campaign to raise the supply here in Texas. Ahead on GMSA, how you can help save lives. And good morning to you. It's 5:32, but you don't care about that part. You're wondering just how cold is it right now?
It's brutally cold outside. Yes. We have wind chills once again to deal with that are down in single digits, even approaching negative numbers. So you definitely have to bundle up. I mean, even for the little ones waiting at a bus stop, if you got a scarf, just to kind of wrap around your face, because I mean that wind it's like a slap in the face almost with these cold temperatures. Best way to put it. So bundle up, and it's going to stay chilly all day long. We've got some very, very clear skies right now. There is the planet Venus looking off to the east, and even the steam coming out of the building right there just looks cold. Going to have a spectacular sunrise. Temperature out at the airport 20, about what it was yesterday, but it also, I mean, we had wind yesterday as well, but the air is so much drier out there. You can just kind of feel that on your skin. The dew point's at 3 right now. We rarely ever see dew points that low. Wind out of the north at 13, of course, gives us those wind chills that are way down there. So temperatures 15 Kerrville, Comfort, 12 Lost Maples, 18 Rio Medina, and then factor in the wind chill 1 in Bernie, 1 at Kerrville, 0 Lost Maples right now. Again, 7 at the airport, as well as up the road in New Braunfels. And wind is out of the north 10, 15 miles per hour. We do have some wind gusts on top of that, 20, 25 miles per hour. It's going to be windier in the first portion of the day, not as much later on this afternoon, but with these cool temperatures, it doesn't take much to keep those wind chills even in the 20s later on this afternoon. Wind chill advisory, it remains in effect up until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So again, despite the fact that the wind does ease a bit, we're still going to have those nasty wind chills to deal with, and another hard freeze warning for all of the area. This even includes the Rio Grande Valley. That was added to this up until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Mountain cedar, mold are both on the low side, and we make it up to 30 at noon. Yes, we will barely top freezing by later on this afternoon. So going back to Sunday, this will be a good 48 hours here in town that we've had temperatures just below freezing. Obviously, we remain in the 20s, and that's going to be throughout the course of the morning. Another cold night tonight and very cold again tomorrow. Then things change. We have another front down the road and some rain chances. We'll talk all about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, any problems, RJ?
Yeah, Mike, starting to see some flashing lights here. Never a good start to our 5:30 half hour when we see this. This is going to be around the airport right now. So we're looking at 281. This is Airport Boulevard, and it looks like maybe we have a couple of things going on here. We do see emergency lights on one end of the overpass here and also on the other there. But this is down Airport Boulevard, not on the highway, but this is 281 that's going over there, 281 north. So something that we'll continue to monitor as we make our way through our 5 o'clock hour. You see, it's not really affecting traffic, so that's good. Emergency officials have not shut down Airport Boulevard or anywhere near 281 or any of those frontage roads or ramps heading onto the highway. So we'll continue again to kind of monitor this as we make our way through. The biggest thing that TxDOT is wanting to let people know about is obviously you don't want to turn on any water sprinklers right now because of the hard freeze that we're seeing. It's can make definitely things dangerous on your neighborhood, any of these surface roads. Also just be aware of any still bridges and kind of overpasses. So again, just something that TxDOT wants to let people know about, even though again, we are not seeing anything like we saw yesterday morning. So that's good news. Let's give us one quick check of our TransGuide cameras just to show some other spots around town. Taking a look there at Highway 16 and Wurzbach. Traffic moving pretty good in that area. Same situation there, I-10 West at WW White. So we have some good news across the roads. We'll check in on this one here. This may have been our previous accident that we were following during our 5 o'clock hour. So we'll check in on all that, but and give you the latest here in just a bit. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
RJ, thank you. Animal Care Services of San Antonio reminding everyone not to forget about your animals in this extremely cold weather. If you don't bring them inside, you could get a big fine. In a social media post, Animal Care Services said it would have, quote, zero tolerance for weather-related violations. Anyone who breaks pet laws could have their pet impounded and be fined up to $2,000. Meanwhile, across the nation, the U.S. is setting new records for cold while a rare snowstorm blankets the South.
However, as Amy Kiley reports, amid those serious challenges, some Americans are making the best out of a very cold situation.
Bills Mafia, this is what we do.
From New York to Dallas, Americans are dealing with severe winter weather. Now, Buffalo Bills fans are becoming a symbol of perseverance. Their team is advancing in the playoffs in part thanks to community members who shoveled out Highmark Stadium.
You're able to kind of, dance around and keep warm.
Buffalo residents are experts in snow removal, but near Dallas, this is a rare sight. And that's not the only southern city reeling from powerful winter storms. These are just a few of the school districts canceling class today.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Although these kids in Alabama don't seem to mind.
It's cold, but it's really fun to sled and with my family.
In Memphis, the Peabody Hotel has brought its famous marching ducks indoors.
Marching through the snow.
Tennessee officials are asking people not to travel, but they probably didn't consider this.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, how are you?
All right.
Across the U.S., bitter cold is another concern. Forecasters predict more than 200 new record lows through today. Some folks in Philadelphia are finding an upside to that.
We've had so much salt from previous years that we're thrilled to get to put on the shelf and hopefully move some of it.
I've had salt for the past 4 years and I haven't been using any salt, so we've been lucky.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
In other news this morning, Iran's Revolutionary Guard said that they attacked a quote-unquote spy headquarters of Israel in Iraq's Kurdistan region, also saying they struck in Syria against the Islamic State. The strikes come amid concerns about the escalation of a conflict that has spread through the Middle East since the war between Israel and Hamas began back in October. Iran's allies are also entering the fray from Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. The U.S. State Department condemned the attacks. However, officials said no U.S. facilities were targeted and there were no American casualties.
Peregrine spacecraft that left Earth last week heading for the moon probably won't get there. Astrobotic Technology, the company that made a contract with NASA, says the rocket is making a U-turn because of some challenges. And apparently the solar-powered battery that was supposed to be pointing towards the sun wasn't. And it's leaking fuel, which means it doesn't have enough propellant to reach its destination. It is believed it will later burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. Astrobotic Technology says it doesn't believe the spacecraft re-entry poses safety risks.
Boeing says it will now give airlines more oversight of its facilities as it begins preliminary inspections on its 737 MAX 9 aircraft. Alongside additional quality controls inspections, Boeing will allow airlines into its factories and those of the contractor that builds the MAX 9 fuselage. Boeing's announcement comes after the Federal Aviation Administration grounded the MAX 9 after a plug door blew out mid-flight. The incident happened on January 5th during an Alaska Airlines flight from Oregon to California.
Time now 5:39 and a very cold 19 degrees right now.
Up next, a close-up look at the hard work being done by Corazon Ministries and other nonprofits to help those who don't have shelter from the bitter cold across the Alamo City.
Yes, that cold continues this morning. It was cold overnight, and it's going to be cold most of the day today as well. We're going to be checking in with Mike to see when things will, I don't even call it warm up, but just be not as cold out there. We'll be checking with him soon.
Welcome back. Warming shelters have extended hours to help those without a place to escape from some of these record-breaking temperatures.
Last night, our John Paul Barajas joined those groups as they hit the streets.
Sunshine. I'm so proud of you. You still have the foil blanket. You want some soup?
Corazon Ministries and other nonprofits take to the streets every time the weather drops to dangerous levels.
So we have lives out there, you know, that are struggling mental health, substance use, no support, no love, don't trust anybody.
Corazon's Day Center director, Brittany Ackerson, leads one of many efforts to get those without shelter into a warm place to stay.
You want to go overnight? You want to go to Travis Park?
Wherever, yeah. Wherever.
Okay, hold on just a minute.
Ackerson then works with other nonprofits and shelters to find an opening.
I have two right here off of San Pedro and 410 that want to go inside.
But getting those who are experiencing homelessness indoors isn't always that easy. If you're not too cold, man?
Yes, sir, I am.
You don't want to go inside at night?
I got too much stuff, you know.
I dealt with it firsthand, and in situations like this, hot cocoa and ramen noodles coming your way.
Oh man, that's a blessing, thank you.
Volunteers provide anything to keep people warm. You got hand warmers?
All right, thank you.
That's an extra one.
Okay.
Here's another blanket, and here you go too, man. If those hand warmers run out, you got you some gloves.
Oh man, that's what I needed.
For many of those choosing to stay in the cold, it's not their first go around. How do you guys make it through the night?
Well, I mean, we cuddle. With lots of love, we make it through the night and lots of prayer.
But they say they wouldn't be able to get through these tough times if it wasn't for people willing to help.
Our energy is exciting, so it's great to have people like her, to have people that don't judge.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Right, here we are Tuesday morning, still very cold, 19 degrees at 5:45.
Looking out there with TransGuide, things still kind of quiet for the most part. Looking at I-10 at West Avenue, things are moving there. I-10 at Woodlawn, some flashing lights there. We'll be checking in with RJ Marcus to see what that's all about. And I-37 at the Alamo Dome, RJ's favorite shot, looking good right now.
5:48, we are continuing to spread the word. The need for blood in our area is critically low, according to the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center.
KSAT 12 producer Haley Powers explains what happens right after you book your appointment.
The need for blood is dire. That's why the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is hoping you will step up. They say they are at a 2-day supply and would like to be at a 3 to 5 day supply of blood. To help get more donors in, the center is starting a new campaign called Commit for Compassion. Their goal? For everyone in our community to donate 4 times a year.
If we had everybody donate at least 2 times a year, it would make a significant impact to the blood supply. So by donating 4 times a year, we would literally end the blood shortage.
The center says you can donate every 8 weeks, but they say fear is one of the main reasons people don't.
Most people don't donate because they're afraid, and we really try to make the process as easy as possible.
When you get to your appointment, a health screening will take place before you donate. That takes about 10 minutes. It also takes about 10 minutes to do the actual blood donation process. Altogether, the entire donating process will take about 30 minutes. Haley Powers, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you very much, Haley. Taking a look now at this accident, give you a little bit of an update here. Just got off the phone with TransGuide a little while ago, and basically what you're looking at here, I'll kind of move out of the way. We saw two kind of separate things that we're looking at here. Right here we have SAPD. They're actually blocking this turnaround there at Airport Boulevard. So this crash is being reported actually on 410. So it's kind of where Airport Boulevard basically is part of 410. And you can see that we have that SAPD officer there now blocking this turnaround to get over here where we have this crash being reported. So Loop 410 westbound at Airport Boulevard, right near the San Antonio International Airport. We saw a lot of emergency lights in that area, and it likely might cause a little bit of an issue if you are headed out in that area right now. We saw those flashing lights a little bit earlier when we went to break, and what happened earlier was that I guess TransGuide kind of readjusted their shot, and we still have an emergency vehicle out there blocking the frontage road here of I-10 right there at Fredericksburg Road and Woodlawn Avenue. So not on the main highway per se, but still one of these areas that we travel on pretty often, especially people that are heading out northwest of downtown. The rest of the city, things looking pretty good for the most part, and we're going to keep on kind of reiterating sort of the message here from TxDOT, just about irrigation systems, sprinklers, water runoff. Those things can cause sidewalks to freeze over, neighborhood streets, surface roads, so just keep that in mind. Make sure to not turn on your sprinkler system, and for businesses also watch out for their irrigation systems as well. I was watching a lot of videos yesterday, people that I guess like recorded themselves on their Ring videos, and they were taking some steps outside either to the street, and you could see them kind of lose their footing for a bit. Oh yeah. It's scary, and that hurts.
I follow a page that tracks scanners up in Comal County, and they said it went from car accidents to medic calls for slips and falls. But back to the sprinklers for a second. If you see something pretty significant like a business's pipes broke and it's all over the highway near where you are, let us know. Email us at news@ksat.com.
You know, and even though most of the ice has kind of, I don't want to say evaporated, and the term is sublimated, but thanks to the wind yesterday, you still, I mean, I was walking on my back deck yesterday, almost busted, and so this morning it was kind of like, I'm scooching, I'm just kind of scooching along to make sure it was not still icy. Out there, Canyon Lake, if you have, I mean, think about the birds and everything out there, so hopefully you can break up that ice a little bit without damaging that beautiful bird feeder out there. And if you have water bowls, obviously pets should be inside, but you know, if there's an outdoor water bowl, you want to make sure you put fresh water in that. Also, dripping pipes or dripping, hoses, spigots, things like that. Keep it going. Even though we're going to make it above freezing, got another very cold morning tomorrow morning. Here's what it looks like off to the east. Lots of clear skies, as you can see the planet Venus up there right now. And wind chill temperatures, 7 in town, 4 Bernie Stage, still 0 at Lost Maples, 9 Converse. I mean, all of these. It's just with the cold temperatures, and that wind is just, it stings. It's biting when it hits you. And that's going to be the situation throughout the rest of the morning. Temperatures will warm up, if you want to call it that, up to 30 at noon. We finally hit the freezing mark at 1 o'clock, and then get just above that. So we're going to be about 48, 50 hours below freezing here in town. We'll finally, like I said, make it above that, but not by much, 35 degrees. And then once the sun goes down, wind is going to be a little bit lower later on this afternoon. I mean, we'll still have these wind chills, but once the sun goes down, temperatures plummet very quickly, and that's setting us up for another very, very cold morning. I want to grab another clicker here very quickly and show you what the long-range computer models are looking like. This is that Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14-day outlook. And then you look at what's going to be going on over the next few days. Temperatures, instead of being very, very cold, are actually going to be on the somewhat warmer side around here. And we do have decent rain chances as we come into the 22nd through the 26th, which is very encouraging. This would be for next week. And temperatures that would be maybe, the odds are above normal readings. By the way, we stay at 63 and 41 for the normal high and low up until the 20th, and then the average starts to go up. And that's also, as far as the better precipitation chances, go into the 24th through the end of the month. So this is really encouraging about having perhaps a wetter next week coming on in here. Today, 35. add 10 to that tomorrow, but we've got another very cold start, 19, and then we stay above freezing on Thursday. The next front comes through here Thursday into Friday. It'll be colder Friday, not as cold. We will hit freezing, no moisture associated with this. Then as we go into the latter part of the weekend, that's when those rain chances start to come into the picture. So we'll take a look ahead, more on that and more after this. Stick around.
We are tracking the latest school closures across our area, including which schools are doing a delayed start today. That's coming up in our next half hour. Spurs starting a 5-game road trip out east. We'll have highlights from their first matchup over in Atlanta. And checking TransGuide, we are seeing pretty good roads conditions out there right now. 1604 at Pat Booker. More after this.
Rise and shine. It's 6 a.m. 19 degrees out there. Very cold. I'm a lucky girl. My husband warmed up the vehicle before I stepped into it, so I got to step into a nice toasty car this morning.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Now, keep in mind, that was an upgrade when Steph bought it. It's part of the concierge package.
To have your husband go warm up your car. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sign here, please.
Yes. Well, we should all be so lucky. And Luis is a sweet guy, that's for sure. Good morning, everybody. It's 6 o'clock on your Tuesday, January 16th, and it's feeling like mid-January up in the northern part of the country versus here, right?
Absolutely. Temperatures that we're not used to here. But at least, I was going to say, at least there's not, that rain out there.
Oh, yeah.
To join that.
It is dry. By the way, Luis just got every husband out there mad at him right now. Because all of us go, Stephanie's husband warmed the car up for him. So, yeah, you do want to warm the car up this morning. It is definitely cold out there. We got a lot of clear skies. We were talking about how there's no rain. There's the planet Venus, that little dot right up there. It's going to be a spectacular sunrise this morning. If you're inside looking out, we are at 19 right now, 17 Helotes, Bulverde, 15 Kerrville and Comfort, 12 still at Los Maples. Then you factor in the wind chill. Actually, the wind chill is up a little bit. Even though temperatures have dropped down, so maybe the wind is not quite as strong out there. But I mean, still, you got a wind chill of 9, 3 burning stage, 0 now at Kerrville and Lost Maples. And wind chills are definitely going to be an issue throughout the rest of the morning. These winds are coming in here out of the north at now 8 miles per hour. So like I said, settled ever so slightly. Still 14 at Kerrville and New Braunfels. And then you got some wind gusts there. 24 at Randolph, 15 at Canyon Lake, 19 at Lost Maples. So it will be breezier throughout the rest of the morning. Wind chill advisories remain in effect. And even though the wind is going to be settling somewhat, I mean, we'll still have a breeze out there this afternoon. Still have wind chill advisories through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And it's going to be every bit as cold. So we still have the hard freeze warnings. That's all of the area up until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we are in store for another brutally cold start to the day tomorrow. Mountain cedar and mold are both on the low side. The updated count, of course, later on this morning. And temperatures, well, they're not going to warm up that much, although we will finally make it just above freezing by early this afternoon. So that'll be a little more than 48 hours that officially here in town we have been below freezing. We only made it to 29 yesterday. Didn't get any of those little breaks in the clouds, unfortunately. 35 for a high temperature today. Still well below normal by almost 30 degrees. And then once the sun goes down tonight, it's going to cool off quickly, and another very cold start tomorrow. Another front down the road. Rain chances, those two aren't going to be coming at the same time, and maybe an extended rain period, so that's encouraging. We'll talk about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, still got some problems out there?
All right, Mike, actually things are looking pretty good, a lot better than our 5 o'clock hour. Had a couple of things pop up over the past hour or so, but it looks like we are clearing things out in many parts of the city. So 1604 Pat Booker, you see traffic moving along pretty smooth in that direction there. 1604 at Shanefield on the far west side, we have traffic, our drivers moving along through that area pretty well there as well. This has been the biggest thing that we've been following over the past 30 minutes or so, but it looks like this is potentially cleared out. So that's good news. We had this crash there westbound Loop 410 at Airport Boulevard, so we are in the clear there. The rest of the city, we had another incident there at Fredericksburg Road at Woodlawn Avenue where the frontage road was blocked for a little bit, but I just saw it looked like the flares have cleared out in that area there, so that frontage road and that intersection should be good to go right now. So one more quick look here at TransGuide. Again, the biggest thing that that we've been talking about throughout our 5 o'clock hour. If you're not with us, was just that you definitely don't want to turn on the sprinklers today. It's still very cold outside, so a lot of that water runoff can freeze over on sidewalks, surface roads, neighborhood roads, and for people in and around those areas walking, back and forth, definitely want to make sure that they're fine and safe. Also, irrigation systems as well for businesses, make sure that those have been shut off as well. Kind of dangerous conditions out there when it comes to the water runoff, but everything on the roadways looking pretty good right now. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. We have been watching notifications from local school districts about any delays or closures. You can find that list by scanning this QR code on your screen right now, or you can go over to KSAT.com. And so far, we're hearing that Burbank High School, Three Rivers, Carrizo Springs, Goliad, and Blanco ISDs will be closed today. So Edgewood ISD, Stratford Elementary is also closed this morning, and Harper, Comfort, Cotulla, and Fredericksburg ISDs are just a few of the districts on a delayed start. So we're going to continue to keep track of any closures or delays that might come in.
This morning, ERCOT is once again asking people to try to conserve electricity. The state's power regulator says they're expecting tight grid conditions today due to the freezing temperatures. They're asking people to conserve electricity between now, which was 6 o'clock this morning, and 9 this morning. ERCOT is also expecting similar grid conditions tomorrow.
Looking ahead this Thursday, the Justice is expected to release its critical incident report on the shooting at Robb Elementary. That's according to the Uvalde CISD superintendent. So she told the district school board about it at last night's regular meeting. The report will come over 18 months after the shooting on May 24th, 2022. Now, this days after the shooting, the Justice Department said it would review the law enforcement response. At the time, the DOJ said its goal was to, quote, provide an independent account of law enforcement actions and responses that day and to identify lessons learned and best practices to help first responders prepare for and respond to active shooter events, end quote.
Good morning headlines. Snow from Washington, D.C. to New York and Boston. And as Mike said earlier, brutal, life-threatening cold across Texas and the South. In the Midwest, wind chills could drop as low as 45 degrees below zero this morning. Even down in Brownsville, it could feel like 10 below. Across the South, drivers are struggling to stay on the road. It's snow, sleet, and icy conditions. They're keeping over 1 million students home today. Schools from Chicago and Detroit to Denver, Dallas, and Houston are closed. Well, the Iowa caucus has wrapped up with a big win for former President Donald Trump in his path towards the Republican presidential nomination.
As ABC's Win reports, Ron DeSantis clinched second place, just barely edging out Nikki Haley.
In Iowa, a resounding win for Donald Trump, who smashed a record for his wide margin of victory. The former president with a projected win after just 30 minutes, receiving more than 51% of the vote, tightening his grip on the 2024 Republican presidential nomination.
What a turnout, what a crowd. And I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together.
Governor Ron DeSantis finishing in a distant second with about 21% of the vote after rallying in all 99 counties. DeSantis sounding triumphant for edging Haley in the GOP contest for second.
Because of your support, in spite of all of that they threw at us, everyone against us, we've got our ticket punched out of Iowa.
Behind DeSantis by just 2%, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who called her third place finish a testament to the momentum she's been gaining.
I can safely say tonight, Iowa made this Republican primary a two-person race.
And despite the bitter sub-zero temperatures, entrance polls show who turned out to support Trump in the state. One question asking, do you think that Joe Biden legitimately won the presidency in 2020? 66% saying no.
Quite overwhelmingly, 2/3 believing something that is flatly untrue. This is Trump's party. They believe what he says.
Entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy announced he's dropping out of the race and backing Trump. President Joe Biden fundraising off of Trump's victory in Iowa, saying this election was always going to be you and me versus extreme MAGA Republicans.
Candidates now have their sights set on New Hampshire's primary just 1 week away. A recent poll shows Nikki Haley within striking distance of Trump there. Win, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
In other news this morning, January is National Blood Donor Month, and you can help save lives with KSAT Community and University Health.
The blood supply is critically low, and just one donation could help up to 3 patients in need. If you want to donate for the first time, or if you're a pro, just visit our website, KSAT.com, for how to schedule your donation.
19 degrees at 9 minutes past the hour.
And still to come, the Houston Texans finally know who they're playing this weekend in the divisional round of playoffs. Preview of that matchup, that's actually a rematch.
And after the break, the Spurs on a 5-game road trip. Highlights from their game with the Hawks. And who's next tomorrow night?
Looking out there with a live cam, it's very cold still, 19 degrees, a very cold start for anyone's day, but especially those kiddos who are going back to school today. So bundle up if you are going back to school. We'll be right back.